is the newsroom.
This is the newsroom for Monday, September 8, 2025. We're broadcasting to you on E1 SKAR TV N10 and TARZEE TV in Bartica. In the headlines, President Ali, the Prime Minister, and Vice President are sworn in as the newly elected government gets to work. A US-sanctioned trafficker wanted in Lola Doll shooting. Students head back to school for a new academic year. And in sport, mixed results for Ghana Amazon Warriors as CPL bowls off in Guyana. With the news, I'm Vishani Raghuwar. Thanks for joining us. On Sunday, thousands of Guyanese witnessed the inauguration of President Dr. Irfaan Ali as he was sworn in for a second term in office. From the lawns of State House to the Kingston Seawall, it was a day filled with celebration and renewed promise of transformation and development. For the President, it's a packed agenda ahead. The newsroom's Isabella Patwa reports.
Monday marked the first full day of work for President Dr. Irfaan Ali after he was sworn in for a second term. Plans to appoint a new cabinet are ongoing, and President Ali assured citizens that the new government ministers will be announced soon. He promised that appointments across government will be based on competence, character, and a commitment to service.
I, Mohammed Irfaan Ali, do solemnly declare that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people of Guyana,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people of Guyana,
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana,
that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana,
without fear or favor, affection or ill will, and that in the execution of the functions of that office, I will honor, uphold, and preserve the Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana.
I will honor, uphold, and preserve the Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
Under the morning sun at State House on Sunday, Guyana's 9th Executive President, Dr. Irfaan Ali, took the oath of office before the acting Chancellor of the Judiciary, Roxanne George. The event brought together not just regional leaders and diplomats, but thousands of ordinary Guyanese from all across the country. After the swearing-in ceremony, crowds flowed to the Kingston Esplanade, where traditional drummers and dancers performed against the Atlantic Ocean backdrop. Food stalls served curry, cook-up, and local treats in what many describe as a true celebration of national unity. But beyond the festivities, President Ali used the moment to lay out a strategic vision for Guyana's future, one that he says must deliver growth, opportunity, and transformation for every citizen.
My mission is unchanged. It remains to serve every citizen of this land, irrespective of race, color, or creed, ensuring that every Guyanese has a place in our national family and a stake in our shared future.
Over the next 5 years, the President said Guyana will strengthen its role in regional trade, creating shipping and logistic hubs linking Brazil and CARICOM. He stressed that technology, innovation, and human capital development will drive diversification from agriculture and forestry to new industries in tourism, ICT, and manufacturing.
To achieve these plans, high levels of productivity and effective implementation will be critical, and technology and innovation will play an essential role. Transformation must drive economic diversification as well as human capital development. Labor must include manpower planning, whilst agriculture must ensure food security. Similarly, managing the forestry sector in a manner that maintains our environmental credentials will be key as we consolidate our position as global leaders in the fight against climate change.
The President acknowledged oil and gas as a cornerstone of the economy. With 4 offshore production vessels now online, Ghana's daily output has reached nearly 1 million barrels. But he was quick to point out that oil is not the nation's only future. The president pledged to strengthen traditional pillars such as mining, fisheries, and agriculture. On national security, President Ali vowed decisive action against transnational crime, from drug and human trafficking to other networks undermining peace and democracy. He promised stronger cooperation with international allies to keep Guyana safe.
This is not just policy, this is progress. Together, we will make Guyana the rising frontier, a land of prosperity, of justice, of dignity, and of hope for every single citizen. The future is ours to build, and together we shall rise to meet it. There is much work ahead, and for me, that work begins now. However, the responsibility for building a stronger Guyana belongs to every citizen. My friends, let us not squander this moment. Let us not be consumed by the politics of division, distraction, or discord. Let us instead summon the courage to build and to advance.
The president also addressed social issues, promising to intensify efforts to eliminate domestic violence. For President Ali, the message was clear. The next 5 years are about turning ambition into action and action into transformation. His challenge now is to deliver that promise for every Guyanese. For Newsroom, Isanella Patwo.
Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips and Vice President Dr. Bartica were Monday sworn in as President Dr. Irfaan Ali forges ahead with the work of government. Here are the details.
I, Mark Anthony Phillips, do hereby solemnly declare that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people of Guyana, that I faithfully execute the office of Prime Minister without fear or favor, affection or ill will, and that in the execution of the functions of that office, I will honor, uphold, and preserve the Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. So help me God.
I, Bartica, do hereby solemnly declare that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people of Guyana, that I will faithfully execute the office of Vice President without fear or favor, affection or ill will, and that in the execution of the functions of that office, I will honor, uphold, and preserve the Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. And I do so swear, so help me God.
Brigadier Phillips brings to this renewed appointment a wealth of experience. He brings an integrity, a character forged in the fires of duty. He brings years, indeed decades, of selfless service to the people of Guyana, always placing Guyana above self. Dr. Jagdeo is not just a leader, he's the people. He connects the macro to the micro, ensuring that national policy always translates into tangible benefit for every Guyanese citizen. Look at the men standing before you, with Brigadier Mark Phillips as our Prime Minister and Dr. Bartica as our Vice President. We have not just strength in government, but a guardianship, a team dedicated to protecting our gains and propelling us to even greater heights.
President Dr. Irfaan Ali has been sworn in and the People's Progressive Party Civic is back in office. Now that the elections are over, attention will turn to the convening of Parliament. Candidates from 4 political parties will be responsible for making and amending laws and representing the interests of all Guyanese. They will soon become parliamentarians. We tell you more in this piece.
The People's Progressive Party Civic, PPPC, was re-elected to office following the September 1, 2025 polls. Now, the party heads to Parliament with 36 seats. That's a 7-seat majority. In the last Parliament, it just had 1-seat majority. The PPP, like the other parties that managed to secure parliamentary seats, will be preparing its parliamentary list. We will soon see which candidates will be heading into the cabinet as ministers of the government and the National Assembly as parliamentarians. Already, President Dr. Irfan Ali has hinted that there may be fresh faces and changes. Soon it will be known who is the Speaker of the House as well. The seat allocation was announced recently following the Guyana Election Commission's GECOM official declaration of the 2025 election results. Here's Anil Giddings, the Deputy Chief Elections Officer, relating the distribution of the seats in the House.
So the APNU, 12 seats, FGM, 1, Forward Guyana Movement, 1, the PPPC, 36, and We Invest in Nationhood, 16. The AFC and the ALP did not get any seats.
There are a total of 65 seats in the National Assembly. 40 of those seats are for candidates from the party's national lists and the remaining 25 from the 10 geographic constituencies. These 65 representatives are responsible for making and amending laws and overall representing all Guyanese. For the newsroom, Lizzie Yearwood.
Social media personality Lola Doll is in the hospital after being shot outside her East Rhinebelte home. Police have arrested one suspect and are now hunting US-sanctioned businessman Paul Dabby Jr. in connection with the attack. Sharda Bacchus has the details.
Lolita Calendar, that's her real name, but many, if not all, knows her as Lola Doll. She is 33 and has become a household name for her music, vibrant parties, and bold online presence. Lola fans know her for her songs.
You must jiggle that cement body. Girl, just jiggle that cement body.
They have been widely shared across social media. On Saturday night, Lola was shot several times about her body while in her car outside her Texas Square, East Rhinebelte Georgetown house. Police said Lola was sitting in her car when she was attacked by a man on a motorcycle. She suffered gunshot wounds to her neck, face, hands, and right leg. Lola was rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where her condition is listed as stable. Hours after, CCTV footage which captured the shooting surfaced on social media. The gunman was wearing what appears to be a hoodie to conceal his identity. A police investigation was launched. On Sunday, the Guyana Police Force issued a wanted bulletin for Paul Dabby Jr., also known as Randall, whose last known address is Lot 127, the Agar Park, Georgetown. Dabby Jr. was previously sanctioned by the U.S. Department of the Treasury for drug trafficking. He has since surrendered. Police have also arrested another individual in connection with the shooting, though they have not yet released a motive. For the newsroom, Sharda Bacchus.
Still to come, Guyana's children head back to school. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is the newsroom. Students returned to classes on Monday for the start of the 2025-2026 academic year. Many, accompanied by their parents, turned out in brightly colored uniform with new school supplies ready to embark on the new school term.
Students returned to school on Monday, September 8, 2025, after an extended August vacation. During the newsroom's visit to these schools in Georgetown, students were seen very gleeful and excited to be returning to the school. This is the first academic school term for these students, and it was initially expected to be opened on September 1. However, that day was selected for the 2025 general and regional elections, causing the school reopening to be delayed this year. Of course, now that the students are able to return to their classrooms, as mentioned before, they are very excited to be back. The students were seen reaching into the school in groups in some instances, some of them in school buses, parents dropping them off on Monday morning. Added to the reopening of the school was the traffic congestion due to more vehicles being on the roadways on Monday. Additionally, the Ministry of Education was able to commission several schools this year just in time for this school term reopening. Some of those schools include the Brickdam Secondary School, the North Rhineveld Secondary School, and Christchurch Secondary School. Now, Christchurch Secondary School was actually burnt by a fire, and most of the students were being taught at the CBCE campus. However, this year, now that this school is reopened after being destroyed by the fire, the students were able to return to school. Reporting for the newsroom, I am Lizzie Yearwood.
We tell you now that a mechanic was left homeless on Sunday after a fire destroyed his house and several motorcycles at Plantation Ross, West Coast, Berbice. Leon Fraser, who lived alone at Loch 13, said the blaze started around 1:59 p.m. while he was working on the lower floor of his two-story, three-bedroom wooden and concrete home. A neighbor alerted him to smoke coming from the upper flat. The fire quickly spread, destroying his belongings and tools. Fraser said 8 motorcycles and 1 electric bike he was repairing were also damaged. Neighbors called the Region 5 fire station and firefighters managed to prevent the flames from reaching nearby homes.
I was in the yard. I'm working on one and bike in the front. And when you come and see something burning upstairs. When I go upstairs, one in mattress on the bed. I know at least that's why I see smoking, so I try to pull it up and pull it out, and between the wall device and table close, the mattress and you have to come out. And by the time I pull it, stuck, and it happens so fast. I just grab one in the TV. By the time I come down for go back, you have to push the wall device, pull the mattress, much flame. I just get confused. That's it, but the amount of flammable materials, it's just, it go fast. Nothing got nothing. Everything I got in. Everything. Except for the clothes I get now. Everything down there.
We tell you now that President Dr. Irfaan Ali on Sunday morning announced the long-awaited approval for the establishment of a law school in Guyana. He said the institution will allow hundreds of Guyanese to qualify as attorneys at law and enjoy full rights to practice across Caribbean countries.
For decades, Guyanese law graduates faced a major hurdle. After completing their university studies, they were forced to travel abroad, most often to Trinidad's U-Wooden Law School. Others complete their studies in Jamaica or the Bahamas. Currently, Guyana is restricted to just 25 annual placements at the U-Wooden Law School, while hundreds of students from Trinidad and Jamaica gain entry to regional institutions each year. This limitation has left many aspiring lawyers unable to pursue professional training. The idea of a local law school dates back decades but gained fresh momentum in 2020 when the PPPC administration revived the initiative after a feasibility study identified gaps in the earlier model. Under the revised plan, the government will provide land and infrastructure, while the Regional Council of Legal Education will manage the institution and its students. Shortly after taking his oath of office for a second term on Sunday, President Dr. Irfan Ali confirmed that approval has been granted for Guyana's first law school.
Based on recent approval granted by the Council for Legal Education, we'll commence work immediately on the establishment of Guyana's very own law school, thereby enabling hundreds of persons to qualify as attorney at law right here in Guyana with full rights to practice in CARICOM country.
The law school will be constructed on a 5-acre site at Turkine, adjacent to the University of Guyana. It will allow hundreds of students to complete their training locally and practice throughout CARICOM. For aspiring lawyers, professional legal education at home will soon be a reality, improving access and opening new doors for the future of Guyana's legal profession. For the newsroom, Sharda Bacchus.
When the newsroom returns to financial, weather, and bridge reports along Welcome back to the newsroom. Now for a look at what's happening in sport, and we start things off with news from CPL. It was an eventful weekend at the National Stadium as the Republic Bank CPL Namasi Women's CPL bowled off in Guyana. Home franchise Guyana Amazon Warriors started with a double win on Saturday, with the ladies edging the Trinbago Knight Riders by 6 runs in the first ever women's CPL game in Guyana, while the men defeated arch-rivals Trinbago Knight Riders by 3 wickets. On Sunday, the Warriors endured a double defeat, with women falling to reigning champions Barbados Royals and the men losing to St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. After the games, we caught up with Warriors all-rounder Laura Harris on Saturday and Chanelli Henry, Imran Tahir and Mohammed Rizwan on Sunday.
All right, Laura, first of all, congrats on victory today, but talk about your performance. How did you enjoy conditions here?
Oh, I think, I love playing here every year. Last couple of years is special every time, just for different reasons. Obviously, a bit surprised, I should say, to be rolling the arm over today. But again, just take the good days as they come.
129 when you batted, you thought you had enough?
I think if we bowl well, yes. It's obviously just seemed to get a bit slower and slower as the day went on. That we said we saw their spinners in the first session take a lot of pace off, and it seemed really hard to score, so we just went in with that same sort of mentality.
Obviously you guys came into this match with some goals. Were you able to achieve those goals?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's probably periods through our batting innings where we would have liked to go a little bit harder given the wickets we had in hand, but again, that's something just we'll chat about after. I think that Grim did a great job just holding the ship together and keeping the scoreboard ticking over, but probably got a little bit stuck in the middle. So if we work on that, we had another 20-30 runs easy.
What have the locals been telling you about conditions here?
Pretty much as you saw them today. A pretty slow turny wicket here usually favours the spinners. Before today I wouldn't have considered myself a spinner, but I'll take it now. But yeah, fast outfield obviously, and pretty even ground all the way around, so decent scoring shots along the ground you get benefit and use the wind to your advantage.
Just talk us through that final passage of play and what was your thought process as you went out?
I mean, obviously we knew the equation once the light went off and the umpire came back and told us what we had to do. And obviously I knew it wasn't a panic situation, because obviously we've been in that situation many times, and it was just about going out there and executing the shots, and we were able to do that tonight.
All right, you were set a target of 155 initially. What was the talk in the dressing room, and what was your approach in terms of that run chase?
I mean, the two openers looked the part. They went out, they got us off to a good start. We were where we wanted to be at 10, because we had the discussion. And then obviously we know once we had somebody from the top 5 batting throughout the innings, then we know that target was achievable.
You guys are defending champions. How big a loss is not having Haley with you guys this tournament?
I mean, as I said, Haley's a big character, and obviously, we're used to her out here leading the team. Obviously, she plays an important role on and off the field with us. So obviously, she was a big miss. But tonight, the girls really showed up, and we actually, I'm pretty sure wherever she is, she's probably smiling right now and happy that we were able to go out and put on this performance.
A commanding win tonight.
I mean, of course, it's always good to get off to a win. Obviously, it's the first game. We have a couple of days before we play TKR, so it's good to obviously get a win and then go, just relax and have a little team time before the next game. But obviously tonight was really important to get us off, and we were able to come out and execute.
Skip, another close one here tonight. Just talk us through this game and where things you probably fell down.
Yeah, look, I think another game we lost a couple of earlier wickets, slow start, which we weren't expecting. I think the ball was maybe staying a little bit low, but I think still it was a gettable total, and in this ground we've done that many times before. So there is no excuse. We need to improve on that if we're thinking to want to win the CPL.
Any major concerns as you head into the tail end of this league stage?
Not really. Look, one over we knew here and there, is going to go for a few runs, and I mean, ball was wet, so it wasn't easy for the spinners to bowl. But still, I think it was a gettable total. We restrict them to 150. I think that was a great effort from a bowling unit. Only thing I think the opposition batter Rizwan, he showed just you have to be there for 20 hours to get 70, 80, and you were going to win the game. And unfortunately, Shay's been our guy most of the competition, well, every game. And he just got out on obviously the ball stayed low. Otherwise, I think we could have done it.
Coming out of this loss, going into the rest of the tournament, you see everything you need to see to know what the Warriors need to do going forward to finish strong in the group stage?
Yes, that's the plan. Ideally we want to be there. We need to, what I know, that win one more game, and the last two we need to win one of those as well. So 2 games out of 3. Look, we're playing at home, and I hope that we don't repeat this poor performance again.
Rizwan, first of all, congrats on the victory. Just talk us through that final over and what was your message to Nazim?
Bismillah Rahman Rahim. I played too much with Nasim, and between this hour you can ask me a question as well, and this more confident when you can ask someone from as your partner as well. And we decided for when he comes to go, and he bowled in the slow one, and the last 3 balls especially, he asked me, what can I do? And said, what is your confidence now? And he said, I have confidence of Yakar. So this communication is more important with you and give you some belief as well, because in that particular time is always on the ball is under pressure in the last hour especially. But if someone can come and they're behind and they tell us we will with you if you can do it. So he said, if you guys you can give me suggestions. I will 100% I will do that. And he alhamdulillah he did that.
What does this victory do for the confidence of the Patriots?
If you ask me honestly, at the moment we don't like this kind of situations, but still hope we just looking to Guyana going to lose the matches. But personally, if you ask me, I don't like this kind of situations, because if we are play like a champions, so we don't look to other teams. If it doesn't deserve, we don't deserve. We can out of the tournament. But we can play some. We played a good cricket in this match as well, and few other matches, because our matches are very close in that particular time. But the result was not in our favor, which is a little bit disappointing for us as well.
Right, you got 85 today. Talk to us a bit about your approach on that wicket.
If you look at that pitch, it's the used pitches, and for you, this is more important to know about the pitch, the condition, and then you adopt the condition. You can play like that. This is more important than you look to modern cricket. Yes, you can do it, but you will see the surface as well. In Caribbean is a very difficult pitches. We all know that. So this is more important to adopt condition. You can play like that. Sometimes it look like very ugly, because in T20 is you calculation now, okay, one and then go for boundary, then one for boundary. It doesn't look like it nowadays cricket. But more important, that's what the team required now. What the skipper demands from me, what the coach demands from me, is look like an anchor role, it's like a power hitting, so we will do that.
And of course, we were in the stands at the National Stadium interacting with fans as they soaked in the weekend of cricket. Not surprisingly, the majority of spectators were rooting for the Guyana Amazon Warriors and hometown boy Shimron Hetmeyer. Here's a glimpse of what we were able to capture. Do enjoy and see you back here tomorrow.
Tell me something, how much you love coming out with the family and supporting the Warriors?
I love Warrior. The Warrior, I say me a fan, that a fan them.
Yeah, people them.
Shepherd, RCB. Hetmeyer, Chemo Paul. The man here. I like the guys them. I like that. I love them so much. I had them in the phone, but this phone him and I got them inside.
You start to them?
I hooked them up. I go by Massey when they come there. No Massey.
No, man. You got Belto. Have to lose tonight, Lex.
Who got Lex?
You have to lose tonight, Lex.
They got Lex tonight. The guy will beat Nicky P.
Hi, this is Black China, come to represent the Guyana Amazon Warriors, alright? I just fly from China because I hear Trinidad beat Guyana back in Trinidad. But in Guyana, we don't play them game, no. We just defend them with territory. So I make sure I come for ensure that they do what they got to do tonight because Warriors, Chicken Collie Land, going home tonight to the victory.
Canal girl, we're canal girls, and canal girls planting chunky like hell.
What do you mean?
What I mean, with this chunky we planting, I just be proper.
You bring any tonight?
No, they don't allow me to bring it.
So when last year chunky you planted?
Yesterday.
And we're there?
Last night, motherfucker, when we were watching TKR in Guyana, we chunky some planting.
I want your best song.
Hello, Mr. Freeman in the house. Tere jaisa yaar kaha aisa yaar na yaar karegi duniya tera mera afsana.
It need to be more serious and take this game more serious. You like to laugh and think. I expect a team to make more runs than they say tonight. But remember now is there's how the game go.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, we're enjoying the match so far. So far, we're beating them by chance.
By how much?
By chance. So far. We're mashing a can tonight bad now. We're mashing a can tonight.
You laugh, so by serious thing.
We're mashing a can tonight.
That's serious game and you laugh, you know.
No, we beat them.
No, let me get serious now. What you think of you got by marks?
Yeah. Tonight is a big game. Yeah. This is a big game.
I love the cricket.